While this won't be the last time people gather in Visalia to remember 9/11, it just won't happen every year, mainly because attendance has been shrinking, all while other events have been growing, like the blood drive in Tulare. The bell tolls for the victims of 9/11, 13 years after the attacks and thousands of miles away from Ground Zero. And just like 13 years ago, heads are down in Visalia, but a flag is going up, waving in the wind one more time. This tradition is changing. It's been getting smaller and smaller, so the city has decided to stop doing it every year. Bridie Church says it's a little sad because this ceremony means a lot to her family. Her husband is a firefighter. Roughly 10 miles away, another tradition is growing, a 9/11 memorial blood drive. Ken Dotson started it 7 years ago. He's a division chief at Tulare Fire.
If you give them a good cause, they turn out in mass numbers, as we see with this blood drive. On
average, the drive collects 1,000 pints of blood, and every pint is donated in memory of a victim. Their names are printed on badges and worn by the donors.
And if I can come out and just give a pint of blood in memory of that person, that's, something we can do to never forget those events.
People in Visalia will never forget either. Even though this bell might not ring on this day next year, the flag will still be here, along with the memories.
We begin with a call out for blood. That's right. The Central California Blood Center is asking all O-negative blood donors to please give in an effort to replenish the community's blood supply as soon as possible. Recent high usage has caused inventory to drop drastically, with O-negative blood type at less than 10%. Here with more on how they're teaming up with the Fresno Historical Society is Chris Sorensen, Director of Communications and Development with the Blood Center. Joining her is we actually have an actress with us, right? Yeah. Who do you play, Miss Miller?
Clara Barton.
Clara Barton. Okay, well, this is Mary Miller, who is playing Clara Barton at the War Revisited this year, right? Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, both of you, for being here. Is this a first of its kind partnership here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I know it sounds like the Blood Center's always asking for blood, because we are. But one of the things we like to do is offer donors a special surprise or thank you when they come in. So for the 25th anniversary of the Civil War Revisited, we thought we'd partner with the Fresno Historical Society, and for donors, ONEGs especially, but all donors, because we need all of you too. Yeah. If they'll come in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, they'll receive a phenomenal Civil War t-shirt.
That's nice.
And chances to win tickets to the reenactment on the 18th and 19th of October.
Well, this weekend, you can give the gift of life and meet a big name in the NFL. Tomorrow is your chance to meet legendary Raiders coach Tom Flores. All you have to do is be a part of CBS 47's Raider Nation Blood Drive. It's happening from 10 a.m. through 4 p.m. Donors will get a t-shirt and the chance to win tailgate-themed prizes. Last year, more than 950 people took part in this great cause.
Central California Blood Center showed its appreciation today to the men and women who frequently help save lives, as well as those in need of help. The Blood Center held its annual Donor Appreciation Luncheon, which included an emotional video tribute to Central High School football coach Justin Garza. Coach Garza is battling cancer for the 3rd time and recently found a match for a bone marrow transplant. He did not attend today's ceremony, but Garza was one of today's honorees. He was given the Jenny Eller Volunteer Donor Recruiter Award.
The right type of blood can be a life-saving gift for someone battling a disease like leukemia. For the past decade, one boy has been the inspiration behind one of the Central Valley's most successful blood drives. More than 3,000 pints of blood have been donated through Helping Parker's Pals Blood and Bone Marrow Drive. This year marks the event's 11th year, and the Central California Blood Center has received funding to waive the National Marrow Donor Program registry fee. This year, donors will receive a special commemorative t-shirt with Parker's art, a free holiday ham, and automatic entry into a drawing to win a $100 gift card to Sierra Vista Mall. After all these years, Parker, the face of this blood drive, is a shining example of how a simple blood drive can give someone a second chance at life.
I just started high school this year, and I'm really enjoying that, and I plan on going out for the golf team in February.
The Fresno County Sheriff's Department is asking you to join the Hero Blood Drive. They're teaming up with the Central Valley Blood Center for the Holiday Heroes Blood Drive at Sierra Vista Mall.
The need increases during this time of year. More people need blood as a result of accidents, for instance. And what people have the opportunity to do is save a life or prolong somebody's life.
The Central California Blood Center is hoping volunteers start the new year by dropping by and donating. Officials say the Valley's blood supply is extremely low right now. They need donations of all types, but especially O negative.
You were saying only 5% nationwide donate, so talk to the other 95% out there. It's pretty simple, it's pretty painless, right?
It is, and a lot of people think that they're going to, they're fearful of a needle or whatever, and actually when they come in and afterwards I always ask them, well, how was it? And they go, I can't believe how simple that was. And really we have a great incentive for people to come in now over the next week. Dickey's barbecue sandwiches that just opened here in Fresno. There's other locations throughout the valley. You come in and buy a large soda, right? You're going to get a free sandwich.
Oh my gosh.
Those things are unbelievable.
We should have started off this whole interview with free Dickey's. I love Dickey's. We've been to the one in Fresno.
A Fresno gym is offering more than just workouts this weekend to help improve your health. Sierra Athletic Club is hosting a health and wellness fair on Saturday. Various vendors will serve up samples and there will be demonstrations on ways to cook healthy. Now there will also be a blood drive and wellness assessment.
One of the Valley's biggest blood drives is underway right now.
The Matt Mueller Memorial Blood Drive is now in its 15th year. In 2000, the man who originated the blood drive passed away, so the school renamed the event in his honor. Mueller served as the school's activities director and is remembered as someone who made a big impact at the school.
This is the flyer that's going around all over the valley, and it's all over social media. It has pictures of 13-year-old Sebastian Hernandez, and it's telling people that he's battling leukemia for the second time. But this flyer also tells people that they can come to centers like this one here in Northwest Fresno to find out if they could possibly donate their bone marrow to him.
Today, Bullard High School students showed they can make a difference by donating.
Action News reporter Amanda Venegas has more on the annual blood drive and why officials say they need the community's help now.
For a brief time, students left their classroom seats for a seat in the donor's chair at Bullard High's annual blood drive.
It's a really good feeling knowing that I can just sit here for like 5 minutes and it saves a life.
The atmosphere was a fun one with music, food, and a lounge to watch movies. This year's drive was titled Heroes Come in Every Type and brought the senior class together.
There's so many people in need right now, and it's our senior project, so it's really cool for us to have something to do and give back to the community.
The surviving victim of a DUI crash that killed her best friend is now recovering. Her family is trying to make sure other victims can recover as well. Emily Kriegoff had her first big outing today at Fresno Christian for a blood drive in her honor. She spent 23 days in the hospital after a drunk driver ran a red light and hit the car driven by Molly Griffin. Surgeons saved Emily despite an aortic tear. They needed 13 pints of blood to do it. So her family joined students and staff at her alma mater, Fresno Christian, to refill the blood center shelves.
This means a lot that anybody can give so that the next family that comes along has the blood and is able to be saved.
Hay una necesidad crítica de donaciones de sangre aquí en nuestra región, especialmente de tipo O negativo, que en las últimas 48 horas la cantidad de sangre disponible disminuyó a niveles extremadamente bajos. Es algo que suele suceder después de algún día festivo, cuando se presentan accidentes, pero también enfermos con ciertas condiciones dependen de transfusiones. Invitan a todos a ayudar.
Ahorita estamos en el 5% del inventario en el tipo O negativo. Todos los tipos son necesarios, pero más ahorita el O negativo es el tipo universal.
Si usted desea hacer una donación, le piden que se comunique con el banco de sangre más cercano a su comunidad.
It is a sight that is hard to watch. A Fresno firefighter doing his job trying to put out a fire when the roof gives out and he falls into a pit of flames. It has been almost a week now since that happened, and tonight that fire captain remains in critical condition. So people rolled up their sleeves today and donated blood for Fresno Fire Captain Pete Dern. As KMPH Fox 26 News reporter Rich Rodriguez explains, family, friends, and firefighters came from as far as LA and the Bay Area to help their fellow brother.
The faces in the crowd came from near and far. Fresno firefighters and police, plus lots of Captain Pete Dern's friends.
Because Pete Dern is a personal friend of both of ours, so we wanted to come down and honor him.
The firefighter community came from as far away as Alameda County in the Bay Area and Los Angeles. Patty Mitchell's son is a firefighter in L.A.
As his mother and also as a community member, I wanted to come here. And also, he did a personal tour for my family about a month ago.
Captain Dern remains in critical condition after falling through the roof of a burning garage on Sunday. He suffered major burns and has been breathing with the assistance of a ventilator since his surgery on Wednesday.
70% of his body has burn injuries, so he's going to require a lot of surgeries, and those surgeries require a lot of blood.
As of 1:30 Friday afternoon, more than 230 people had rolled up their sleeves and donated blood. Many had never done it before. The call to help Captain Dern changed that.
We're especially impressed out here by all the first-time donors. These are people that have gotten up off of their chair and said, we're going to go down and give blood for the very first time to benefit this firefighter.
Friends of Pete Dern were pleasantly surprised with the turnout and thankful that dozens of others in need will benefit from the blood drive.
The Clovis Rodeo Blood Drive.
Just a demonstration of the community spirit around here. A lot of people will come out when they're needed.
Put on by the Central California Blood Center, more than 300 people stopped in by 11 a.m. Necessary numbers for a center that collects more than 200 pints of blood each day.
This will help replenish and keep that blood supply strong for the needs of some of those folks for the days and weeks and even months to come.
A need highlighted after a string of community tragedies, from the burning of Fresno Fire Captain Pete Dern to last week's gas explosion, which left 11 injured.
It isn't just one trip to the hospital or one surgery, it'll be multiples. So we really want to help them and be there for them so they never have to think about the blood not being there.
And of course, when at the rodeo, do as the rodeo clowns do.
I've tried to give 5 times, but apparently nobody wants clown blood.
A Valley High School is rallying around the Clovis community to help one of its faculty members battle leukemia. Gary Prentice has been a counselor at Clovis High School for 24 years. After being diagnosed with leukemia, the Cougars decided to help out by hosting a blood drive and fundraiser. Organizers say he's always the first to help others, dedicated to community service, so hosting this was a no-brainer.
He's family to us. Every student's this whole school is like a family. So we felt the need to be there for him and support him for what he's going through.
Local law enforcement agencies and emergency personnel are competing to save lives through blood donations. The 14th annual North Valley Battle of the Badges blood drive kicked off today. Firefighters, police, sheriff, forestry, corrections, fish and wildlife, Highway Patrol and other badge-carrying emergency personnel will compete for bragging rights and a perpetual trophy. The 4-week battle will help ensure the Valley has an ample blood supply.
Strangers showed up to give blood today to the Fresno County worker hurt in the recent gas pipeline explosion. Ismael Ariozola is still in critical condition, being treated for severe burn injuries. Back in April, he was driving a front-loading tractor at the Sheriff's Department gun range when a PG&E gas pipeline exploded. Today, several people showed up to support him, as well as others who were hurt.
Hi, I'm Jesus Acevedo, VP of Associated Student Body. On behalf of Health Occupation and Corcoran High's student body, we would like to invite you and support our annual blood drive here at the TLC from 8 to 12 today.
Mia Amendolegini is a 9-year-old girl full of life. She was born in Italy and moved to Fresno about 2 years ago. An always healthy child who now faces the biggest battle of her young life.
She ended up having an ear infection that then continued not to feel well after that, and mom just felt something wasn't right, and they did some more testing and ended up finding that she did in fact have leukemia.
The Central California Blood Center is thanking its blood donors and inspiring others to give as well. Joining us now with all the details is Central California Blood Center President and CEO, Mr. Dean Eller. How are you today?
Great, Alex.
I can't believe it's been a year since this campaign. What a wonderful campaign. When did you team up with NextCare?
We've been at this for about 7 years. I think this is our 7th year.
Wow.
And with NextCare and America's Blood Centers, or ABC, which is a national organization that we belong to, and all of the community independent blood centers across the nation kind of joined together with them just to get the word out and let people know why they should give.
Harley-Davidson of Fresno kicked off Bikers Blood Drive Week today. It benefits Central California blood centers. A mobile blood mobile parked on the West Shaw Avenue address. Meltdown Bistro brought their food truck. Harley-Davidson also raffled off a motorcycle.
4 years ago, Tom Kroll died while waiting for a bone marrow transplant. Here with more is Yvonne Kroll and Dean Eller to tell us more about the blood drive. Thanks so much for being here, both of you.
Thank you.
Yvonne, tell us a little bit about Tom and why you decided to hold this drive now in its third year.
My husband was an amazing man, and he never got sick. So when he was diagnosed with leukemia, it was a great shock, obviously, and he lost his battle.
Hi, this is Greg Graber, president of Tahoe Joe's Famous Steakhouse, inviting you to give the gift of life and get the gift of lunch.
A big donation to the Central California Blood Center will help patients across the valley, including an injured Fresno firefighter. Action News reporter Ruben Contreras takes us to the inaugural blood drive for the center's new set of wheels.
Firefighters from across the valley came out to support Dern and to see the debut of the new Bloodmobile.
To see that was donated by somebody, that's pretty huge, because you know that one donation is going to keep on giving with people being able to, donate more.
That donation in the form of $250,000 came from the Mitchell Family Foundation. Carl and Lulu Mitchell are locally involved in healthcare. They wanted to give back to the community and help save lives. The new Bloodmobile is pink because Lulu Mitchell is a breast cancer survivor.
She wanted it to be seen, and believe me, when it drives down the road, it's seen.
28th annual Pint for Pint Blood Drive is underway here in the Central Valley. ABC 30 and the Central California Blood Center are teaming up with Baskin-Robbins for this big event.
Your donation during this two-day campaign could help save lives.
It's been a very successful event so far, and I have Dean Eller of the Central California Blood Center here with us today. Dean, tell me a little bit about the success today and why it's so important people donate.
Yeah, when I looked at the numbers a little while ago, we were close to 800, and we always try to get about 1,000.
Yeah.
And so we're still processing some people through right now, so those numbers may come up. So we've had a great day. A lot of lives are being saved today, and our community can be very proud.
You know, summer can be difficult for blood banks in the Central Valley. There's a high demand, harder for them to maintain their supply. So this year, the Big Fresno Fair and Central California Blood Center are teaming up to save lives. CBS 47's Gabby Rodriguez live at the fairgrounds now with how you can help out.
Thanks so much for joining us, Dean. He's with the blood bank. So I am out here getting ready to donate, and you said that there's just like a really great need for blood donations at this time.
Yeah, people are traveling during the summertime, and they get too busy to come in, and we need to remind them to come in. And this is a great venue for us to do it. 6th year teaming up with the Big Fresno Fair, and it's just a wonderful event, and we're really grateful for the fair.